Let it rip.
Beam, 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 beam.
Yeah, how y'all give me a laptop with no keyboard, man? Like, what the fuck?
Because we know what sites you be on, bro. It's a laptop, dude. It's got a built-in one. You don't need to stop being bougie. Damn.
Like the Sam. Get him, boo. Get him. He said, stop being bougie. That's my bro.
All right.
That's my family right there.
Welcome to another episode of Nerds of Combat VR Talk Show. I am your host, Static, along with my co-host to the right here. You're muted.
You're muted, bro.
You're muted.
Oh, shit. My bad. What's up, y'all? It's Peter.
And my co-host to the left here.
What up? Moji. I'm good.
And we are the Nerds of Combat, where we talk about everything nerd related, whether it's comic books, anime, TV shows, video games, all that good shit. And we are a dog-friendly zone, so we would say what the fuck we want, how the fuck we want it, just not when the fuck we want it. Because if you want to come up here and say something, you got to raise your motherfucking hand. All right. Now, this week was a pretty slow week up until about 2 or 3 hours ago, where we got the Sony State of Play. I don't know if anyone, raise your hand if you got a chance to catch the Sony State of Play today. You got one, just one. So so I guess we're gonna be filling y'all in on some good shit. For those of you that don't know, the Sony State of Play is pretty much a live stream of upcoming games, whether it's later in this year or early in next year. We got some good announcements that that Sony showed us today. Dub, you want to start with it since this was like your bread and butter?
I mean, where do we start? I mean, we finally got Spider-Man. Shit.
We did see that
For all
Spider-Man.
you so-called, Spider-Man fans, they did announce a new Spider-Man game. Gotta be aware of the games too, man. But nah, that shit looked incredible, dude. Have y'all seen it or heard about it?
Yeah.
Huh?
I heard about it for sure.
Yeah, I seen it. I saw the clip with he has the Venom suit. Like it looked really real. The graphics look really, really well. My problem is they got to rebrand because I keep seeing Spider-Man 2 and I keep thinking like they either talking about Spider-Verse or some MCU project. They need to put Spider-Man the video game 2 or do something. Let us know it's the video game because this whole week they've been bringing up the video game. But
yeah, that is confusing.
As soon as I hear Spider-Man 2, my mind doesn't think video game. So they gotta distinguish the two.
I don't know. That's a slippery slope to me though, because me personally, if I'm making a Spider-Man game, I don't want my shit to be branded as Spider-Man the video game. Bitch,
I mean, they did that before though. They did it. I mean, the original.
I know they did it before, but the OG, our favorite Spider-Man of all time on PS2 was just Spider-Man 2.
Long as Miles Morales ain't in it, I'm cool with it.
Long as Miles Morales ain't in it.
What?
You said ain't in it?
Yeah, as long as he ain't in it, I'm cool with it. I'm OG Peter Parker.
OG Peter Parker. Okay, I got to hear your take on this in a second. Go ahead, Diz.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, for those who have not been playing Fortnite, there's actually some spider shooters you can actually shoot around and swing around from tree to tree and stuff in Fortnite. And also, you can also get the Attack on Titans mobility thing too. It's kind of cool. You just
you late as shit. We talked about that like 4 weeks ago.
Fortnite.
Longer than that.
oh
Yeah.
okay.
Appreciate that.
But no, okay. One last thing about Fortnite, they got a new chick character, and boy, she's stacked. Boobies.
Oh,
that's my guy. He said boobies.
All right, Loki, come on down, man.
Oh yeah.
I see Loki Azrael. I'm gonna assume you're a fan of Loki, and I'm guessing Azrael from maybe Batman.
Bing, ding, 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 ding. Somebody give my man the treat. You know what's up. Nobody ever guessed that. Blessings. Thank you. You know I'm a comic dude, so you can tell by the name. You already know what's happening.
There's a couple Azraels. I just wanted to make sure I got the right one.
Oh, yeah, that's just good.
Yeah, I was thinking it was the Azrael from the Smurfs. Remember that cat?
Oh, yeah. No, that's where I got that's part of the inspiration, and the angel Azrael. That's part of the inspiration too. So I just kind of combined it. But my thing, I'm an OG Spider-Man from way back in the day. Spider-Man and Friends, and I just grew up with Peter Parker. And don't get me wrong, I do got respect for Miles Morales, but they've been trying to replace Peter Parker with Miles Morales way too much, and they just playing out Miles Morales a little bit too much for my taste. He's in arcs that he don't need to be in. He got powers that I can't understand or explain. So that's why I feel the way I feel about Peter Parker. Even though I need to kill him off a long time ago, he got daughters. We got Gwenom. We got all these other characters they can utilize. But right now, they're putting all their money, it seems like Disney, Miles Morales. They're just putting all their banks on him, which is cool, but I just don't agree with that when there's we got Indonesia Spider-Man, we got all these Spider-Man they can capitalize on. So that's my personal feelings on.
So here's
Spider-Man.
my question. What's the specific Spider-Man to capitalize off of?
I think they should go with Mary Mayday Parker. I think they should go with his daughter. I think they should capitalize on her way more than they ever have.
The one that's still a baby?
Oh no, the one that grew up. Remember the metaverse? They pulling all Spider-Mans. I'm talking about the OG first daughter of Peter Parker.
Oh, okay.
I think they should capitalize.
But can you really capitalize on something that's not having a good movement behind it? I mean,
well, see, that's the thing.
It makes sense to capitalize behind Miles because everyone is liking Miles. Yeah, I mean, you can capitalize on that, but you can't capitalize on the character that no one really has any kind of love or.
Oh, let me rephrase. They should refurbish some of the Spider-Man characters to get them in that limelight, like they got Miles Morales. That's a better way to put it.
All right.
I see now. My thing.
Thank you for letting me talk. Appreciate y'all.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, and I see my thing. My thing, because before he came up, I thought he was gonna be like some hardcore Spider-Man fan that just wants Peter Parker 24/7.
Oh,
and
no,
like, I'm not. I know. I'm not. I'm not down with that because I feel like you gotta pass the torch at some point and have like the younger generation relate to a new character. So I like his idea of like they don't necessarily have to capitalize on Miles Morales. There's a bunch of other Spider-Man out there they can capitalize on. I like that idea. And then at the same time, when you were talking about Miles Morales being popular, I think he may be popular just because they was force feeding it to us, same way they did with Peter Parker. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, allow the fans to kind of choose, show us that because I didn't even know there was a variety of different Spider-Man. So me as a fan that's not really like that deep into it, like I don't even know the other ones is out there. So show me those other ones. Let me pick which Spider-Man, I want to read about and stuff like that.
You got Spider-Punk, Indonesia Spider-Man. You got
the thing about
I want to know Indonesia Spider-Man. This shit sounds crazy.
Just watch Spider-Verse.
Spider-Ham.
Like, here's the thing about that. So Spider-Punk was in the same lane as Miles Morales at one point. Because that was during the 90s, because that was the thing in the 90s, the whole punk rock thing, all that stuff like that. That was the thing in the 90s. Now Miles Morales appears to the younger crowds in this generation, which is why he got popped off, and which is why they decided to capitalize on him. He's more relatable.
Wasn't he also like tail end of our generation too? Because I could have sworn I had a comic book friend in my teens that he was talking about a Puerto Rican black Spider-Man. Maybe that's somebody else. Maybe I dreamt it.
He wasn't at the tail end of our shit of 90s and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right.
I think he came out like around, I want to say maybe
10.
Yeah, like 10ish, 11.
All right. Oh, so yeah, I wonder where I heard that from. Anyway, to me, this generation's Spider-Man is Ms. Marvel. That's it for me. Like,
what?
She's
not even Spider-Man. Okay.
She's the
whoa.
Kick him out.
Oh man.
I don't care, man.
Hold up, Miss Marvel. Hold up. Which one?
Kamala Khan.
Oh, you like plastic? I can't stand plastic.
You saw that.
Bug Stretch Armstrong, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I read
Plastic
about that.
Man.
That's a bunch of nonsense. That's some white boy nonsense. They'll
Thank you.
clean that
Hey,
up. But,
He said that. Clean that up. That's what's good.
what the hell you do, white boy nonsense?
They'll clean that up.
Hey, man, I gotta give it up on that. He said that's a white boy nonsense.
That's some bullshit.
Damn, that's crazy. You said it like that. Wow.
Oh man.
Damn.
Look,
Just because you know the week don't mean you get away with shit like that. That's how you get shanked down in the parking lot. That's how your Uber gets canceled.
So here's my question to you, Judo. How what makes you consider Ms. Marvel the new Spider-Man?
Because when I read that those first couple of issues, like just like the comedy that's in there and the way she's a younger character, how she's growing up, how she's dealing with the stuff that the younger kids are dealing with today. I just feel like she's a more relatable character for the younger generation. That's why a lot of them are drawn to her because especially she's from New Jersey. You know what I mean? Like there's just this whole kind of like because New Jersey and New York are kind of like cousins with each other. So there's like that whole kind of vibe of like the whole New York vibe.
That's the Hatfield and McCoy.
Yeah, I gotta give them that. I gotta give them for that.
PA, bro.
I gotta give you that. They
New York
cousins
don't like each other.
I gotta give you that.
Hell no, they hate each other.
Oh well, they cousins with me. I'm cousins with people in New Jersey. I ain't got no problem.
Yeah, but don't matter, man. You can't hang out with them.
Well, you know
that's crazy.
In the bayou, motherfucker.
That's crazy you say that because that's how I kind of feel about.
I'm Philly bound, bro. I'm like 2 hours from Philly. I've been
more white boy nonsense. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, you know what? I can feel you where you're coming from on that because that's how I feel about American Chavez. So I kind of feel you. She's a younger character. You know what I'm saying? She's Indonesian. She can relate to the people on that youngness, on that misunderstood factor. You know what I'm saying? She going through school. She having hard times. It's relatable. So I'm glad they stepping it up with the characters we can relate to. Because I'm from the 70s. That's why I can relate to Peter Parker and Iceman and all them. Because I'm the traveler of the times.
What's going on, Dio? Thanks for tuning in.
So. That's all I got to say. My apologies. Yeah, I ran with that one.
Right. You know what I'm talking about. You need to help him out.
All right.
Oh, no, but that's my favorite.
Right state of play. We got the Spider, like I said, how we mentioned on Spider-Man.
Now, don't forget to drop that Jedi greatness.
What was your favorite part about the Spider-Man gameplay that we saw? Moji.
Sam coined out on
that. No, go ahead, Dub.
Ooh, I get to hold the sword.
Say, that scene when Miles was
this is well built,
the lizard or whatever, and they was on the water and shit, and he was dodging and shit. And then it changed perspectives to the front view, and the motherfuckers was hopping all over the buildings and shit. I lost my shit, bro. That shit was hard.
That lizard chase scene.
Yeah, bro, that shit was hard as fuck, bro.
What about you, Moji?
Same. That game's known for its chase scenes at this point. So any type of high octane action based chase scene, I know they're gonna do a dope job in doing that. Obviously,
all right, I gotta go eat. I'll be back
later, man. The fuck?
What the fuck going on with Doc?
Help! What's going on? What is going on?
What are you doing? Licking yourself?
All right, I need help.
Damn, my chihuahua don't even do that.
What is going on here?
Well, go ahead, Moji.
But yeah, no. Other than the chasing, just like seeing the symbiote combat, the tweaks in the fighting mechanics for when you got the symbiote on you is looking crazy as fuck. They've updated a lot of their animations in the fighting, so I just cannot wait to get out there and just fucking beat some motherfuckers up. I just know this is gonna be a fun game, so I can't wait. They showed us so much gameplay, which I'm thankful for. A release date would have been awesome, but yeah, I'm loving what I saw.
Yeah, I just think these developers and stuff are learning their lessons with release dates these days.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was also really surprising too to see like the introductory to the gameplay to be like on the outskirts of New York. You know what I'm saying? To being like, just a little ass neighborhood and shit, not the big city and shit. So you can tell they really pushing some shit when it comes to, their environments and what's gonna be available.
And they didn't even show a glimpse of Venom, who they kind of stressed in the previous trailer that they showed 2 years ago at this point.
Right.
So for them to be able to just show that little bit lets us know that the story is going to be good because they have they did such a good job in like having multiple villains in one game, and it's still being like a good linear story and good progression with all that. So like Kraven, Venom, and then who knows who else they're gonna add to the mix. It's all gonna be dope.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just the cutscene itself with Kraven was looking amazing. outside that fucking big old muscly fucking toy soldier looking nigga that was walking in. I was like, that nigga's swole as shit. But just the texture they had on like the leaves and the bark and everything and stuff like that. This shit was dope. Like the lighting on it when he stabbed inside the shadows, thinking it was an object or a person or whoever, and then just show Craven kind of walk up and come up out the shadow like that. Like I was like, damn, that shit look fucking good, man.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah, it's like they find a way to be more impressive every time, and they seem to keep outdoing themselves with this Spider-Man games, though.
Yeah, and you can already tell the drama they're building between Peter becoming a little bit evil because of the suit, and Miles gonna probably have to save him somehow, bring him back to his normal self.
Yeah.
Damn, what if you have to fucking fight symbiote Spider-Man?
I think that's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah. It seems like it. It seems like that'll probably happen, just based off of Peter like, nah, I got this, and then fucking leaves and shit. He's mine. He's mine.
Right.
Miles like, he don't say that kind of shit. He said that, not him. Not the Peter I know, nigga.
Yeah.
But outside of Spider-Man, what was another game in there that y'all that caught y'all's attention? For me, it was Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah.
It was,
I never played the previous one, so I don't know anything about that really.
Oh man, it was a beautiful game.
I saw like shades of like Monster Hunter. I could tell like it was a Capcom game in a sense, but never really played it growing up.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun game. I'm gonna assume that this time around they're gonna actually incorporate like actual co-op, because I know that's what people was asking for in the previous game, to where when you played it, it wasn't necessarily co-op, but you can hire someone's online character. So like they're not playing with you, but you can have their character come into your game and play with you and shit like that as an NPC or whatnot. So I think this time around I'm pretty sure they'll go the actual co-op route, whether it's 2 players or 4 players.
How many previous Dragon Dogma games were there? Just one?
Just one.
Just one. Yeah, just one.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not gonna count like special, like collector's edition and
right. It was like a special edition.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think they did one remaster. I think they did, but other than that, nothing. It's been a long time coming. Like everyone's been waiting for Dragon's Dogma.
For real, man. I mean, I was just talking about that shit a few weeks ago. Like it'd be crazy if they came out with a Dragon's Dogma. I was just talking about a remaster. I didn't know they was even working on it too.
Yeah, because two was asked for a long fucking time, and then it got to a point where people was like, no, this probably never gonna be a 2. But like you said, just give me a remaster or something like that'll be fine.
Yeah,
but shit, when was the last Dragon Dogma made? Like what fucking 2008 maybe?
It came out on like PS2 or some shit. I think. Hold on.
Nah, not PS. Nah, it can't be PS2. No.
I don't know.
360.
2012.
2012.
Yeah. So 360 PS3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on down, Doc.
Yeah, it was PS3 because I had the game.
Yeah.
It was freaking cool.
So since you didn't see State of Play, how do you feel about us letting you know about Dragon Dogma 2? Like, is that something you're looking for?
Yeah, because I didn't finish the other game, and I hate that because I lost my I think my PlayStation 3 got flooded out or something. But I didn't even finish the game. I got so far, it was like, dang, that game was so good. Yeah, I'm excited for it because if anybody played that PlayStation 3 version, it was just so good. I got to the part where I had to kill those white wolves. Somebody said, "Aha! I like to see white wolves like drenched in red blood." And I mean, that game's so great, dude.
I wish we had the ability to play videos, man.
I know.
Like,
I know. It changes everything.
Hey, isn't that supposed to be happening pretty soon?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, this is say it was working on it, but
it should have been worked on a long time ago.
It should have.
Yeah.
You heard that fucking Meta?
Yeah.
You heard that shit?
Yeah, because this is supposed to be the high end one. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be owned by. This is supposed to be the Facebook one. You know.
I can't play videos of my nerd shit, but I can go ahead and go to the next world over and watch a fucking WNBA game with no problem, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if I mean somebody's got to watch. If not, nobody won't watch. Yeah. Yeah.
But
that's all I got.
For me, easily, the game of the goddamn whole conference was that goddamn Phantom Blade Zero.
Yeah, Phantom Blade,
Ninja Samurai, Ghost of Tsushima.
Shit.
Fucking just phenomenal representation of what the future of gaming is. Because that shit looked incredible, bro. It just looked like a fucking movie.
You just jumping around like.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
I don't know what that is.
What the fuck?
What'd I do?
You're now in a party. Why am I in a party?
Can y'all hear me still? We can hear each other, right?
What the fuck?
Can y'all hear us this? Can y'all
hear us? I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So what the fuck? Why is that in the party? Oh, I think when we touch hands or something.
Huh.
Aww.
Shut your
no, I'm not in the party.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're good. Anyway, let's continue. I guess it canceled out. But yeah, Cedar or Moji. Phantom Blade.
Let's see. Probably that motherfucking Destiny Final Shape DLC. I think they said that was gonna be the last DLC for Destiny, Destiny 2. So I don't know what they're gonna do after that. Hopefully Destiny 3, but that and the other Bungie IP Marathon that looked like a kind of like a battle royal Destiny type game.
Oh, but we ain't gonna talk about that fucking foam fucking game.
Foam Blaster.
Yeah. Foam Star, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, Foam Star.
Yeah.
But no, the Bungie shit for me. Final Shape and that IP. I just love the style. I don't know how the gameplay is gonna pan out, but big fan of the style.
That's the one with all the magic and shit, right?
No, that's something different. I'm talking about the one that it didn't show much gameplay, but
Marathon.
It just kind of like showed them running around a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Pre-rendered.
Okay, yeah, okay. I know what you're talking.
It's kind of colorful a little bit, but
yeah,
you're talking Marathon.
Yeah. So my question is, do you think since Bungie is working on that new IP, because they don't have a lot of games at all, so do you think that they're done with this? Well, not just we know this is the last DLC for Destiny 2 or expansion for Destiny 2. Do you think that they're gonna just leave Destiny 2 as it is, or do a Destiny 3 while doing this new IP, or do this new IP and just say no more Destiny at all?
I think it just depends on how that Final Shape DLC ends, because if they conclude the story and save the Traveler and kill off the Witness, then yeah, there's absolutely no reason for Destiny 3. But if they try to milk it out some more, then you definitely have to pull out Destiny 3.
Mm-hmm. I consider that the game is free to play now, right? So
I believe so. Yeah. I think on PlayStation it is. I don't know about Xbox.
Yeah,
it might not be.
I have to check and see if it's free on Xbox. I mean, I think it would be, right? I don't know.
I doubt it.
What's another one that was in there? Yeah. So, just to bring it up, Foam Stars. Y'all don't pay attention to that fucking game. Don't don't fucking pay attention to that shit. Because it's literally Square Enix did it. I don't know what the fuck they thought they was doing or what made them want to do that, but they literally made Splatoon with fucking anime characters. That's pretty much it. And instead of ink, you're using foam. So it's different color foam. You're riding on the shit like it's fucking water. with surfboards and shit and everything, and you got these outlandish fucking guns that shooting foam and shit and coloring everybody. So it's literally Splatoon. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't play Splatoon, but I would suggest you just go play Splatoon if you're gonna play that.
They had
So, Square
Metal Gear.
That was a no.
Oh yeah, that Metal Gear.
No gameplay,
Mhm.
but it's still
Yeah.
that just the fact that he came out that fucking in the
Yeah, it's
water.
gonna be a
Like we didn't even know
long
what game the fuck that was. It's like I was like, what is this?
That was the one that started with the ants, right?
Yeah, it started with the ants and shit and everything, and then the fucking bird with the
Yeah.
Yeah.
snake and the alligator and shit like that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What game is this?
My theory is the title of the game is going to be Metal Gear Anteater. That's what it's going to be.
Anteater.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, but that it looks just the even though it's cinematic, it just looks so amazing. Like
Yeah.
all these games right now with all this like the cinematic parts of them, like you might as well just make us a movie. Just make us a movie with the shit. Like the graphics just look too fucking good at this point when it comes to that part, to the cinematic parts of it. Like
Yeah, it's hard
would-
for
Yeah, and I don't care.
it's hard for graphics to be the issue for games these days.
if it is, you ain't got no fucking excuse. Well, you gotta have a really, really good excuse. for
Right.
this. Like
Yeah.
you like that, that's the legit art style that it's supposed to look like or some shit.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Now I got a question. I got a question for you gamers. Like you ain't got to answer it now. Like you can answer it later. But they've been upping the graphics since PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, now PlayStation 5. They've been upping the graphics. But I'm not seeing too much of innovation in the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like with that controller, because the way I used to like measure like how far we come with consoles was like how many more buttons they added to the controller. You know what I mean? So the controller. Yeah, the controller.
that's the way you
bro.
measured it.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke. But listen. What I'm trying to say is that like they haven't really done any new, other than like the share button and stuff like that. Like they haven't really done much with the controller itself. I mean, well, Sony, I might have to correct that because Sony got that weird looking controller they got coming out. I don't know if you guys seen it, but anyway, they haven't really done much with it. So my question to you is like, what do you think should be the next evolution in like gameplay? Not the graphics, but like in gameplay, where you think they want to take it next? Because I can't think of one way they could go with it. I really can't think of anything.
The shit you're doing right now.
What? VR?
Yes, like that would be the next step. But
Yeah, I don't think it's VR.
but to go with your controller logic, we went from fucking one stick and one button like a fucking
that's what I'm
cockpit
saying,
pilot. We went
But
from
it hasn't
that to
changed. It hasn't changed from PS3 to PS5. What I'm saying, like, not really that much
But
difference. Yeah,
see,
do you want 13 buttons on your controller or some shit? Like, what are you asking for?
I wouldn't
look,
mind.
technically, bro,
Why the world-
the Xbox One, the original OG Xbox, had the most buttons, and it was unnecessary. It was too many buttons. The problem with your scale on it saying like, "Yo, this is like the evolution of gaming is to have more buttons," bro.
Well, not necessarily. But
As
the buttons,
games,
yeah, but see, wait, y'all focusing too much on the button. But my thing is, the buttons are allowing us to do more within the game. So basically, my saying is like, it doesn't necessarily have to be more buttons, just something extra you can do in the game, like a new dimension or a new type of way in playing the game. Not so much the buttons. It doesn't have to be buttons. It could be anything. I mean, like with Sony, they try to put in that touchpad thing in the middle. So I mean, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be buttons, but just something that's gonna like give us a new way to play or a new way to experience.
So with
But
the
the touchpad thing
PS5,
is
come on
new.
now, Doc. Yeah, the touchpad
thing
is new.
It failed.
No, it didn't.
No,
No,
It
it didn't. What is he talking about?
It did fail.
Just CW
No,
failed.
it's not. Bro, it was literally implemented on the PS4 and transferred to the PS5, and
Yeah, but
it transferred well.
So,
haven't done much with it.
how do you feel like it failed? Is my question.
Yeah.
because I mean, no,
Just
there's really no games utilizing it. Like none of the AAA games are using it. You know what I mean?
What
like,
games are you
nobody's-
playing?
You can't say that. You can't say that if you're not playing.
So
PS5
Spider-Man-
games,
Spider-Man
bro, 'cause
used
the
it?
PS5 games are utilizing that.
Spider-Man
Yes.
used the touch. What did he use on it?
It used the microphone whenever.
Nah, see, no, I'm talking about the
touchpad.
touchpad. Wait, it didn't use it. Spider-Man didn't use it.
Yes,
Like,
it did.
okay.
It pulled up the map. It pulled up the map, and you can scroll around the fucking map with the sensor.
All right.
On
You didn't know that?
Warframe, you use the touchpad as swipe on Warframe for your powers. On GTA, you can use it to change your radio station, your weapon loadout. If you click it, it then brings up the map. Like the touchpad has been used in plenty of games.
On that new Square Enix Magic game, I forget the fucking name, but you literally switch your magic powers by swiping on the touchpad.
Forspoken.
Forspoken, yeah.
And then also too, like with the PlayStation 5 controller, it's also motion based too with some games. You can fucking move it around and point the cursor at shit and everything and stuff like that. Or even with driving games, you can use it to fucking turn and shit. So
Yeah.
And it's a button too, so you can swipe and like do shit like that, but you can also click it too. So sometimes you can click it and do different shit.
Oh yeah, and can't you
in
use
the
that for,
corners,
like,
you can click it on the sides in the corners for different effects and shit.
Oh, and you can also use it like as a steering wheel, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah. What?
It does have gyro and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says steering wheel.
But
no, I thought he said a stairway.
Steering
I know what he said. The hell's a stairway? I never heard that. But yeah,
You know, it's that thing that was on the CW. It's a CW show. Look,
And
man.
then you got the Pro controller too that allows you to add it adds extra buttons on the bottom of the controller and shit like that for extra triggers and shit and everything. Since you want a lot of buttons and shit. But
there you go with the buttons again. I'm talking
Yeah,
about innovation. Innovation.
Just go get a Nintendo 64
But that's
controller.
the thing. Most of the innovative shit that they're doing is software wise, not hardware.
Yeah.
Like you have to play the games to understand what techniques are being used.
hardware,
Yeah.
I think we can all agree. Like when it comes to hardware innovation, it's usually Nintendo that does it first. That gives the inspiration to everyone else, and then everyone else takes it to another level. Like Xbox and fucking PlayStation, they'll take it to another
Yeah,
level.
because Sony already got the handheld now, so they're like, somebody playing games on their TV, you can now play it on your little screen, just like what they did with the Wii U. So
that was cool
right.
to see that controller for the phone or stuff like that. Like that was
I like the
pretty cool.
headphone joint, the earbud things. That's really cool.
yeah,
I'm still wondering, like you asked, like is it for when you're playing on the phone, or can you do it in general when you're playing on PS5 or some shit like
Right.
that? Like,
playing PS5.
It'll be both.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope it's both. Like it's just Bluetooth based, where you can just connect.
Yeah,
To both.
it better be
I
fucking
I
both.
completely forgot my question.
That don't surprise me.
What's it about the CW? Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, it was not. I was going to ask him how he feel about the Powerpuff Girls getting canceled and without even,
I
So
never- I-
my
I
question
never-
is,
I never
we
really
talked
watched
about
it,
this like
so-
we talked about this when we was in the old space before we even got our own space, like a special space in fucking in alt space. Like we was in the regular fucking studio world when we talked about that. When they canceled that shit, we was happy as fuck. I didn't know they even started it back up then.
Yeah, they officially canceled.
Nice
I'm
try,
like,
Mikey.
this a live action Powerpuff Girls did not have no business existing.
At all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how you can do that live action. Like, if you're gonna do pop-up girls, it has to be the best thing you can do is the best thing you can do is fucking like how you did with Sonic the Hedgehog or some shit. Like that's the absolute best.
that's the only way you can do
Like,
that because
and I don't even think it'll work.
They're trying to turn it into a teen drama. That's what they want to do, like everything else on the CW, except for Superman and Lois.
No, look, Superman and Lois is the biggest drama on the
That
CW.
sounds, that sounds
They gave Lois Lane cancer. You talking about it's not a drama? That thing is all drama.
I said teen drama, fool.
Did Superman cause the cancer?
He has two sons that always whining. They
Did
always whining on the
Superman call
porch.
it cancer?
Nah.
Superman
Remember
can't-
his eye vision. has, like,
we call it Superman and Lois. He has two sons that always whining on the porch, and they deal with their girlfriends. So like they got all that teen drama in there. It's Smallville
I
all
thought
over
one
again.
was
man.
gay. I thought one of his son was supposed to be gay or something. That's what
Yo,
was
it was-
with
it was-
that.
It was
yeah.
yeah, John Kent in the comics, but in the show
Named
it's
after his
actually
dad, right?
Yeah,
Not
it got all teen drama in there. The the villain, his son is dating his son who's a teen is dating a teen girl who's the daughter of like the guy that the villain is fighting against. So they got all that stuff in there. Hold on, don't let them fool you.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Hey,
Judo be defending the fuck out of that CW, man. I swear. Like,
Wait a minute. Hold on.
He like Birds of Prey.
I actually did like Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey, the movie.
Not a TV series.
There's a TV series that didn't last at all.
Even what do you
The
call it?
movie
Even
was
in
fucking dope.
yeah, even
movie
in
is
Gotham
fucking
Knights, they're in the same watchtower as the Birds of Prey. There's a lot of connections in that.
Yeah.
The movie.
That's because I thought it was Oracle. Same spot.
Mm-hmm.
No, but what I was gonna say was what they ought to do is bring Buttercup, Blossom,
No.
and bring the Powerpuff Girls into Smallville and let them be teenagers. And, and
that's
what
actually
we
a good
do
idea.
then.
Oh
That's
no!
actually a good
Somebody
idea.
cut his. Somebody
That's
cut
actually
out.
a good idea. That's actually a good idea.
Okay. I'm about to say somebody cut his mic. I thought he was gonna. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I feel like they
Oh,
would.
you mean just like the chick from Stargirl? She's 20. She was 21. I mean, that's why you
Okay.
can look
Somebody
at her
cut his
ass.
mic. Somebody cut his
Okay,
mic.
I mean, even though
Cut
she had
his-
the boobies of like a 10-year-old, but I mean, she had an ass
Cut his
down.
mic. Somebody cut his mic, please.
Hey, this is an adult-friendly zone, even for perverts. We have rights.
Hey, JC, have you ever thought about just getting a mute gun, because one does exist here?
Does it?
Yeah, like this you know, the alt special Queen Hazel. I like shot her with it by accident. It was at this party, man. It was funny. Yeah, I got out of there pretty quick. I was like, oh, she gonna get me.
You know the fact. You know what's so funny about that statement you just made? Just the fact that you can now casually say like at this party while you're in VR, like
Yeah,
it's-
yeah. And they said,
it's
what's the
different.
evolution of gaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you talking? What's the next evolution?
This ain't
No,
the game,
they
though,
go-
man. This social media.
They go. No, I'm gonna tell you what the next evolution of game is gonna be. They're gonna put VR sensors on our legs, and we can be like VR Ultimate Fighting and stuff. That's what we're gonna be
Yeah.
doing. Yeah,
Get
I
like
can't-
one of them Omni things like they had on
yeah.
Ready
I
Player
can't.
One. You
I
can
can't.
move around.
Yeah, I can't wait to kick the crap out of steampunk.
Here's my thing.
Bring it on! Bring it on!
Here's my question. You're saying that you need, the bottom half to work so that you can kick the crap out of somebody. Can you kick in real life?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure because everybody thinking that VR when you get all these body extensions for VR, you think you're gonna be doing the same shit that you did, like just some amazing shit.
Look,
And you
just
gonna
like
be sitting in
Ready.
your fucking living room winded as hell.
Yeah, like they did it.
So
Right.
what?
You remember
You can't
that?
play
Just like
Ready
that part of
Player
Player One with those
Wait,
guys
you
with the
can't
Ninja
kick-
Turtles. They was in like the middle of the street just flipping and killing stuff.
You can't kick. You
half-
can't kick
half
in. You
the-
can't kick in
half the
tight jeans,
motherfuckers-
man. Ain't nobody doing no kicking tight jeans.
half the motherfuckers on VR can't fucking lift their legs past 30 degrees anyway.
That's why I'm going to
wow.
sit down. I'm going to be doing sitting down, just move my feet like I'm running.
Shit, I can
You
barely
know
do
what?
it myself. I can barely do it myself. I feel like I'm about to pull something in.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I guess you're gonna have to like the B button is gonna be kicked like on Path of the Warrior on VR, which is a great game. Yeah, the kick button is B. So yeah,
Wouldn't the kick button be K?
Appreciate that, dog.
yeah, the kick button.
Wouldn't that be a
CW
K button?
sucks.
Let me just say, I don't know how the hell we got on Powerpuff Girls, but
I don't know,
I think
dude, 'cause of him.
it would be cool if they like gave it back to Gendy Tartakovsky, and then like made it
Guy
more
who created
mature, and fucking made like an anime out of it or a new fucking.
They already did
animated
that.
project.
They already
They
did that. They already did
No.
that. It's
Was it-
called
was it-
Powerpuff Girls Z. It was already done.
But
Is it mature?
but Jerry didn't do it. Oh
Is
boy,
there
didn't
blood
have
and
nothing to do
shit?
with it.
I
Terrible.
didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but I just seen pictures
That's
of
what
it.
I'm
It
saying.
was garbage.
Let Gendy do
Oh
it.
boy, well, had nothing to do with it. I mean, that's what made it suck.
And it was
Exactly.
like originally it was supposed to be on CW, correct?
What, Powerpuff Girls Z?
No. I'm talking about the live action one they was doing.
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm just glad I didn't go that way because we probably would have had fucking Lil Nas X as him.
Yeah.
You know what? That would actually work.
That low key would probably work.
Yeah, but who's gonna play Mojo Jojo?
Mojo
Steam-
Jojo.
Steampunk.
No, them they just pick whatever any nigga they find.
Oh my God, that would be horrible. That would be horrible if they did that.
Yeah.
It would have to be a white
No.
guy.
No. You gotta bring in the shit. When they made there's 3 boys to counteract the Powerpuff Girls.
The three
The Rowdy Rough Boys.
Yeah, that's them. The rowdy
Yeah.
dudes.
Oh,
That'd be like that's their version of the mutant
Ninja Turtles.
no, the evil Power Rangers. What are they called? The Psycho Rangers.
The
Then
Psycho
we get Psycho
Rangers.
Boys.
Yeah.
You got the Psycho Rangers, the Dark Rangers.
I'll go
No.
to Psycho. Psychos were fun.
Well, the Psycho
'Cause they're
Rangers
psycho.
actually fought. The Dark Rangers just stood there and looked stupid.
Which Dark Ranger?
I'm talking about the one in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Those like I don't remember seeing them fighting at all.
No, the Dark
Psycho
Rangers.
ones did.
The Dark Rangers are all of Rita's henchmen. They end up getting the Morphin Grid powers, and
Oh, you talking about in the comic book continuity, right?
it's all one continuity. But yeah,
Yeah, the comic book continuity.
It's all one it's all one story.
Actually,
he says.
I just found out something. I'm looking through my comic book store. I can't find them. I'm trying to find the 5-issue set of Godzilla versus the Power Rangers.
yeah. Good luck finding them. they snatched them up.
I mean, I saw them on eBay and like who wins
Exactly,
the whole
on eBay. You're not gonna find them in the store. They snatched
But
all
I
that
mean,
shit up.
I
Who
thought,
wins?
I mean,
I'm all pro Godzilla. Hope Godzilla wins.
So
Check that out.
the
course
fight
he
never
is. He's
ends
a
up
kaiju.
finishing, but they kind of imply that Godzilla is the better half of them. Is the better one. When it first starts off, Godzilla's already in the middle of a fight, and the Power Rangers just get dropped off in Godzilla's world. So like he's already fighting one of his he fought 2 monsters like back to back, and then all of a sudden these Power Rangers pop up out of nowhere, and Godzilla's like, "What the fuck?" And he obliterates the Dragon Sword.
Thanks.
And
Yeah.
then the rest of them come in and they fucking do their whole Megazord shit, and they get into a fight back and forth, and Godzilla's already fucking been fighting forever at this point, and they get off a stab on Godzilla. They stab this nigga right in the middle of the gut with an open shot, and he just kind of keeps fighting. He kind of keeps fighting, and Rita tries to put this motherfucker under mind control. And apparently he's too wild to be put under any kind of mind control or magic use or something.
Mhm.
And then fucking Godzilla retreats for a second, and that's how they end it. Like not the whole story, but like him fighting the Megazord and everything. So they kind of left it open to where at that moment, yeah, the Megazord could have won, but they had all these other factors where he had 3 fights prior. The motherfucker was injured, like he had all this shit going on and was still beating the shit out the Megazord.
did they fight Ghidorah on that? I think one of the covers had Ghidorah on it.
Yeah, they actually do, but it's under Rita's control, so it wasn't at its full. It couldn't do what Ghidorah could usually do.
Yeah,
Now,
go
who
on
do you,
pure instinct and just pure hatred for Godzilla. Yeah.
Yeah.
now, who do you think will win in a fight between Godzilla and Superman? That's the big question.
Superman.
Depends. It depends on which Superman.
Godzilla.
in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Godzilla will win.
Yeah.
Of
No,
course,
not
you
against.
say that because you are a kaiju.
Yeah, not against. You ain't winning against
Godzilla
Superman
beats
1 million,
everybody.
man. It's not
God-
winning against Superman 1 million, dude.
So he'll win.
He's not. No,
Nah,
not-
no, he's
What are you
not.
talking about? He still can't beat Goku.
Mega Godzilla.
We not finna do that.
We
today.
don't need to
No,
get
we're
into
not
this
finna
fight
do
again.
that.
We're not- yeah.
I'm just making a statement. I'm not trying to start another. I'm not starting
You
nothing.
are.
I'm being good tonight.
Not he can't beat no sun dipped Superman. Godzilla. What is he
Most of
doing?
these Avatar literally got up and walked off. You saw him like take steps and shit. You saw him like his walking motion and shit. Like,
Yeah, that dude going to the refrigerator, yo.
Hey,
But,
maybe,
Blade
yeah,
body.
hey,
so
maybe you gotta go to the
moving on to the
bathroom.
next topic. I threw it out there called modern mythology. Now, the reason why I put this up there because I kind of want to get you guys' thoughts on it. first, what would you consider modern mythology, like today's mythology, if anything?
Superheroes.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's easy. I got one. There's that one.
Is your name Dub?
Some days it could be. I don't know. I mean, I wake up after a stroke. I don't know my name is.
There's a word applied. There's a word. Raise your hands up and don't talk when you're talking.
My third arm is up.
And once upon a time, this is the same shit we was telling Steam. But
Dang,
no.
dude.
So when I say modern mythology, like at least in my mind, I'm looking at like comic books now. They're mythology. It's the same thing as how Greek mythology was back in the day and stuff like that, and Egyptian mythology. Like comic books would be a form of mythology. Video games, depending on which franchise you use, is a form of mythology.
Right.
Like with not God of War, I wouldn't say is a mythology. Is its own mythology because just based on the fact that it's kind of dealing in Greek mythology.
And yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but like certain let's say what's a good game to pick? That's an original IP that I would consider like a type of mythology that has Assassin's Creed.
Maybe
Assassin's
Horizon.
Creed. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
No, but that first Assassin's Creed is based on like some real stuff though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's why I say Horizon, because it's more like past. I mean, it's
Horizon's all made up. Yeah.
Now, my question, my follow-up question with it is like, so we have like how you mentioned Horizon. We got 2 parts to Horizon. Is that enough to be considered a mythology, or do we have to have the standard of where it's a big catalog of something similar to like Greek mythology and Egyptian mythology stories and stuff like that? Do you think there has to be a certain like some history with it or anything like that, as far as like how long it's been around or anything like that?
I think to some capacity that does hold some weight, because just trying to like use the same ideology with like movies, I would think like in order to consider it like a mythology, there would have to be at least like 3 films, like a John Wick film or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You would can kind of consider a franchise or whatever, and that's when you start kind of looking for, all the extra shit in the universe and stuff like that, and people trying to link shit together. But I don't think you would try that hard, I guess, if it was just one. Maybe you would. But with gaming, I don't know. It's just a little different because some games take like 80 hours to 120 hours a beat. I mean, that could be a mythology in itself.
Yeah. And I guess like here you mentioned, you have to go and dig on some of these games to figure out, the extra shit. Like I believe they did it. Was it with Destiny? They did that with? No, I think it was Warframe. I think it was either Destiny or Warframe, where like they kind of not just the creators, but the fans kind of dug really deep into the like the lores on their own. Of these of video games. I think when it comes to video games, I think the biggest mythology might be Final Fantasy, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if you would count that one because I don't see no Final Fantasy churches out there. I see Jedi churches. I see even some people that believe in Star Trek shit, but I don't see no Final Fantasy church. Like I can't even name most of the summons and all that stuff in there. Like I don't think people really.
What's the last Final Fantasy you played?
Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah, that was a long time ago on PlayStation.
Yeah.
1.
Mm-hmm. No, but I mean, prove me wrong though. Like, show me where people are like all obsessed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think.
Bro,
I know there's a fan.
They just showed a Final Fantasy 16 trailer though, and like people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know there's a fan base. I'm just saying, like, as far as mythology, I don't think it's that level. I just think it's just a fan.
So I see what you're saying. With
Dungeons
the whole
and Dragons is a mythology, and I don't think there's that many people that aren't fucking losers that are running around going crazy about Dungeons and Dragons.
But it's a mythology, nonetheless. Yeah, I see what you're saying about the whole church aspect thing, but like I think if you look at it this way, when you ask somebody, just a random person, name an online RPG game, usually 9 times out of 10, the first thing that's gonna pop in their head is Final Fantasy.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but nobody like, and the way the Final Fantasy games are made up, like how it's like a different game from one to the next. Like, there's really like nobody really talks about the lore of Final Fantasy, or like how Shiva came to be and what's the other fucking fireball dude, whatever Ifrit or whatever the fuck that shit was.
No, you get that, but I think what you're missing is that every game, the lore changes. It's not one big old connected universe as far as all.
And I think
it's the first 3, I think, Final Fantasies that are like connected, but after that, it's all completely different.
And I think for like a
mythology,
they have to have some kind of connection in a way other than just summon monsters and soundtracks. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be some kind of, you know what I mean, like some kind of spirit. Usually with mythology, there's always some kind of spiritual element to it, which I don't really think Final Fantasy doesn't really have like their version of the Force or Star Trek. What's that shit they always mess around with?
It's called mana.
Yeah. Energy and shit. Yeah. I mean, the Force is just a replication of chi and energy.
Yeah, but you know how people get caught up with like the names and stuff. So I mean, like it's all the same. I mean, no matter however you look at it, it's all the same energy, whatever. But like you have people that it's the Force, so I'm going to pray to the Force, or it's the fucking whatever that stuff they got in Star Trek. I forgot what it's called. Whatever fuck some kind of scientific shit they call it. The singularity or some shit or whatever fuck they call it. But they all believe in that stuff. Like you have people that literally go out there after the movies, after the shows, and like they live their life by that stuff, which I think is what mythology is.
Okay. My thing is, so do y'all see 200-300 years from now that they are that they'll probably use like comic books in fucking classes as far as as a form of learning, literature and everything like that, kind of like how we're doing with the Greek mythology stuff. Like when I was in high school, or we were in high school and shit like that, or middle school, you would learn these types of literature, whether it's Edgar Allan Poe or some of this Greek mythology stuff or anything like that. Do y'all see things such as like comic books or Harry Potter books, or even video games like being used in that type of way to expand on like education and stuff like that?
The way they keep banning books all across the country, all we're gonna have is comic books. So I agree.
They're gonna ban them soon, for sure.
Come on, you got your hand up, Steve. Come on down. I couldn't tell if you had it up or if it was like
no. I get that. Yeah, like let me just say, I kind of agree with you on that, but again, it would all depend on how the culture will be in the future. It would all depend on that. Remember that, because like 200 years ago.
I know, right?
200 years ago.
Remember this. Your opinion, not like.
Like I said, I kind of agree, but in my opinion, like remember this, like 200 years ago, it was usually passed down. You would have your family member teach you individually, because like again, most of us couldn't afford to go to school back in like 200 years ago or something like that. But again, it's a lot easier now to pass information than and who knows what the heck the future holds for education in the future.
Just I guess.
All right. Okay, that's how it is. I'm out.
Okay, now
Steam.
I want to piggyback on something Steam said.
Yeah, Steam's holy trinity is KKK. As you know.
Fuck you all.
Yo, what you do, bruh? Come on, man. Oh my lord.
But what you said about comic books. My wife's nephew got in trouble 3 weeks ago for bringing in a Spider-Man, X-Men, and a Batman comic book. They took them all. He hadn't gotten them back, so hopefully there were new issues and not something older that he got from somebody else. But yeah, I mean, they're not even allowing it. And then they also banned Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon cards because, you know, Pokemon originally was called Pocket Monsters, so now they're so Pokemon.
That's what I call mine.
It's all kinds of crazy shit. So I mean, I really don't know what they're going to be doing in school. I think it's going to be back in the day, like, hey man, how do you got to learn about? It's like you got to learn about mythology, like from comic books from places like this, or in the bathroom at the gym when you're hearing the older guys talk about it.
Like I think these days when it comes to like banning those Pokemon cards and stuff like that, I think it's more so the material on it. They feel like it's probably useless to school, but like when we were kids, they were banning them because niggas was fighting because of them and shit like that. Like kids, people getting punched.
See, that's the whole thing. That was one thing.
There's a difference. I think that's the difference in kids now and shit. And back when we was kids, it was. Give me your motherfucking Charizard, bro. Or losing because you or because you lost the match and shit, and like, niggas be fighting.
But see, one thing I love about Yu-Gi-Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, stuff like that. The more I played, is when more I was able. It helps you with strategy. I mean, it's as simple as that. Everyone says chess is the greatest strategy. Chess is a great strategy game. But honestly, there's like a million moves, but there's like a quadrillion different things you can do with a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, a Pokemon deck, playing Dungeons and Dragons. One card, like one thing I love about Yu-Gi-Oh is one card you could be down to 100 hit points. One card will fuck up the other guy's deck so bad, and you can still win.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it's kind of how my younger brother came home with a knot on his head one day. Because my younger brother was big in Yu-Gi-Oh, and one day he came home with a knot on his head because he beat somebody so bad in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like they fucking that was the shit to worry about back then.
Yeah, but I mean,
you try to beat him to the shadow realm.
Strategy though. It's not just. But see, that's the thing. Though, when you're playing chess, great. You have 2 rooks and the queen left, but in But in Yu-Gi-Oh, you can have some basic cards, but if you play them right, 3 basic cards are better than a god card at one point.
Okay, my question is: so, how does this relate to the mythology question?
Yeah.
No, the way schools are and the way they're taking everything out about mythology, they're gonna have to learn it. Like I said, like from shows like this. Because you ain't gonna learn the Saturday morning cartoons because they took those away.
So here's another one of my questions. That kind of pertains to that. So they've actually been taking mythology out of schools, like the Greek mythology stuff, and everything. They've been taking that stuff out. Like for real?
Yeah, because here's the thing that makes no sense. They want to separate God from the schools and everything. Hey, that's great. Whatever. I personally don't give a shit.
I mean, the Bible is the fucking mythology itself. Like, really?
Everything is. That's the whole thing.
Don't do that. You already know. No, my wife, because she's like, because we're 2 totally opposite things. She's heavy church, and I'm not. So it's like,
I don't go
I'm
to
not
church
an
at
atheist,
all.
but I'm not an atheist. I believe in a God, but not that particular shit.
Nah. But in all honesty, I mean, the way they're trying to worry about all this PC shit, that's what's fucking everything up. All this PC shit is just fucking everything up. So kids, and you can't say certain things. I understand that part there. But when you're taking stuff out, when you're taking away stuff that, because when they sit there now, like we playing Dungeons and Dragons, say we're going up against Zeus. Who's Zeus? And I got to sit there for the next 10 minutes explaining to you about the Olympic gods of Olympus trying to play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just going to sit there and say, I got the Spear of Osiris. That kills Zeus automatically. You lose.
Okay, so my question is, what do you consider modern mythology?
Oh, modern mythology is...
Yeah, the original question.
Warcraft. Warcraft has got such a deep mythology from the heroes to the from the horde side, from the punk ass alliance side to the
yeah, he has some disdain in the punk ass alliance.
Yeah.
He has some hate for that.
I'm horde. I can't stand the alliance. That's why I don't even have blue underwear anymore. When I got a pack of underwear, I saw blue, I threw them away. I wear any other color. I'll wear pink before I wear blue. I have no blue t-shirts. I got no blue socks. I got no blue shoes.
Yeah,
fuck Alliance. Alliance sucks.
That's what I'm saying about mythology. You see how he lives his life that way. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know,
ask Steve. Ask Steve. Hold on. Ask Steve what I did. Steve, what happened when you were the blue player in Among Us? What did I do?
Oh. Don't want to talk about that.
Okay. You were there. You remember that? I was trying to get him kicked out every time because he was blue. And I think at the end of the game he was blue. He was sad.
Is that your secret passage of being racist, or you just?
Oh yeah, I'm racist against blue. I'm racist. So I'm telling you now, if the Crips come rolling by, I'm fucked.
So you didn't like Avatar then? Like you don't like the people in Avatar?
The only thing good about that was that chick's ass. She had a nice ass.
Oh god.
Even Sigourney Weaver's had a nice ass. Not much on top though, but workable. But they did have a nice ass. I mean, they're athletic at least. So that works.
Oh, get them off the stage. Get them off.
All right.
You started that.
Steve, did you even? Never mind.
Yeah, because he jumped in front of me.
So, what would you consider a modern mythology, Doug? Like, if you had choose one for your life.
Man, I've been sitting here thinking about that. I don't know.
Want me to come back to you?
Yeah, just come back. And think about it
for the third time.
What about you? What about you, Moji? What do you consider as a modern mythology for yourself?
I agree with Judo as far as Star Wars. That's the easy go-to. Just the way that so many different projects of Star Wars can be interconnected through the Star Wars universe. You have, significant, events along the timeline of Star Wars that dictate how so many different spin-offs and other projects, operate. And then the cult fan, interaction between the Star Wars lore and everything that comes with it, I think is the best example.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that actually popped something in my head too. I think if they took, because how you mentioned with the Star Wars stuff, there's so many different lanes of the media for it. So you got the actual books, you got the comic books, you got the TV shows, the movies, the games that are, I guess, you got the ones that are considered canon as actually connected to the timeline, and then you got the other ones that are good in their own right, like Force Unleashed and all that bullshit, all that other shit and everything like that.
But Star Wars is I would going back and no, I was just saying that
going back and changing shit.
Yeah,
yeah. This wasn't what really happened. This is what happened. Type shit.
Yeah, most people that aren't even fans, they know Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker's father. Like everybody knows that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's they know it without even having to see the movies or reading anything. They know.
Right. I would spend my money on a big ass fucking book, of telling all those stories in a actual literature format. I don't got no pictures done, just like how I mentioned earlier with the whole Edgar Allan Poe shit and how we used to read mythology stories. I would have a big ass book of them explaining and reading all these stories that pertain to all these different forms of media. Whether it's about
they got that book,
the chapter of the Force Unleashed. This they break it down and read it down and everything, like that. That's that story.
They got
I would take a whole book of that. That's a mythology book.
They got that book. They got that book. I still haven't read it yet, but they got that book. It's called Dune. because that motherfucker ripped off
Dune.
everything from Dune. Star Wars is a total Dune ripoff.